Welcome to virtualschool.com, your alternative learning platform. Our subject for this video today is science and is designed for learners in Basic 3. Our first strand or main topic for today's lesson is the diversity of matter. And our first substrand or subtopic under the diversity of matter is living and non-living things. Under living and non-living things, our first indicator or lesson is classifying living and non-living things into plants and animals by their life processes. By the end of this indicator or lesson, learners should be able to show understanding of the physical features and life processes of living things and use this understanding to classify them. In this lesson, we are going to learn that living things are things that are alive. We are going to learn, for example, that plants and animals are referred to as living things. We are going to learn that everything living is either plant or animal. From here, we shall explore the life processes of plants and animals. On the basis of this understanding, we shall classify living things into plants and animals. Now, the key words for today's lesson. You will repeat the following words after me. Plants, plants, plants. Animals, animals, animals. Living, living, living. Non-living, non-living, non-living. Classify, classify, classify. Now, the meaning of the key words. Plants. Plants are a large group of living things. They require or need sunlight to make their own food. Animals. Animals are living things. They move about in search of food, shelter, and warmth. Living. Anything that is living is alive. Non-living. Anything that is non-living is not alive. Classify. To classify something is to arrange the thing into groups. Now, the end of the key words. Now, welcome to the lesson. Classifying living things into plants and animals. We learned in our earlier classes about living things. What did we say living things are? Well, I know you know the answer. Living things are the things that are alive. Everything we see that have life in it is a living thing. Now, living things can be classified or grouped into plants and animals But before we come to the classification of living things, now let us watch a video about plants and animals. Carefully watch the attributes or carefully watch the activities of the animals and tell us what you can say about plants and animals before we start the lesson. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the video. I do hope that you did enjoy watching the video. Now answer the following questions or use the following questions as points to discuss what you saw in the video with your facilitator or guide. Question 1. What did you see in the video? 2. Are plants and animals living things? 3. How do you know that plants are living things? 4. How do you know that animals are living things? What other things did you see the animals do in the video? What did you observe about the plants in the video? Good. You are to discuss or share your ideas with your facilitator. Now, in our earlier lessons, as I said in the introduction, you learned about plants and animals as living things. And in today's lesson, we're going to learn to classify living things into plants and animals. We say something is a living thing if that thing is alive, and we say something is a non-living thing when it is not alive. A living thing is either a plant or an animal. In other words, we can classify living things into plants and animals. When you watch the video, what animals did you see? Good. You saw animals like a monkey, a goat, a cat, a hen and some chicks, cattle, and of course, some stages of growth of cattle. That's very good. Now, again, when it comes to the plants, from the same video, we saw plants like the cotton plants, the okra plants, the tomato plants, the apple plants, the mango plants, the cassava plants, and the pineapple plants. Plants and animals, as I have said earlier, are all living things. And so when we are asked to group living things or classify living things, we are to divide them into either plants or animals. Now, before we group living things into plants and animals, we need to first of all understand the life processes of living things, because it is against that understanding that we can classify them. All living things, plants and animals, carry out some life processes. And the life processes are 4: movement, nutrition, growth, and reproduction. When it comes to the animal group, all animals can move. We saw in the video, for example, that a goat can move, a cat can move, a dog can move, and so on and so forth. Again, we saw in the video that a monkey can eat. In fact, all animals, including human beings, need food and water to survive. And so human beings can eat, human beings need water, human beings need food, goats need food, they need water as well. Cow needs food, it needs water as well. A dog needs food, it needs water as well. A cat needs food, it needs water as well. So all the animals we can find in our homes and in our water bodies need food to be alive and grow. When it comes to growth, all animals can grow. Human beings, for example, can show increase in size as they grow. Again, all other animals, including human beings, can grow. From babies, you observe that animals grow bigger and grow to maturity. And when they are matured, they can make their own young ones. Reproduction. To reproduce means to make young ones like yourself. All animals, including human beings, can give birth or make young ones. These are the life processes of animals. The life processes of animals, once again, are movement. All animals can move. Nutrition. All animals need food and water to grow and stay alive. Growth. All animals can grow. This means all animals can show increase in their body size. Reproduction. All animals, including human beings, can make young ones. When it comes to the plants group, the same can be said. Plants are living things. This means that they also go through the 4 life processes, being growth, movement, nutrition, and reproduction. Plants grow. They grow from the seed when the seed is in the soil. They grow from the shoot into a young plant, that is a seedling. And after seedlings, plants grow bigger or taller. Of course, not all plants are big. Some are small, some are big. So a tree is an example of a plant. But most plants began with the growth of a seed into a shoot, then from a shoot into a seedling, then from a seedling into a matured plant. Plants can move. As plants grow from the soil, they move. And so you see increase in the size of a plant when it grows. Reproduction. Plants can also make young ones. Most plants make their young ones from their seed. When plants mature, they make flower, and when the flower dies, they make the seed. And after some time, when the seed falls into the soil, then the plant can grow. So you see, plant can make young ones out of their seeds. Nutrition. Plants, as you saw in the video, need water and food nutrients to stay alive. The root of a plant transports or moves water and food nutrients from the soil into the stem of the plant. The stem then moves the water and the food nutrients into the leaves of the plant, and the leaves also attract sunlight to prepare the food, which it shares to the part of the body as they are being carried by the stem once again. On that note, we come to the end of the life processes of plants and animals. Now, the classification. We are to note that living things can be classified into plants or animals. When it comes to the animal group, animals can be grouped into those animals which have got spine or a backbone, and some animals which have got no spine or backbone. The animals which have spines or backbones are called vertebrates, and the animals which have no spine or backbone are called invertebrates. So, for example, all mammals, fish, reptiles, and amphibians are all part of vertebrates, meaning they have backbone or spine. Animals like the tick, the cockroach, the butterfly, and so on and so forth, do not have backbone or spine, and so are called invertebrates. To end the lesson, a summary. All living things can be grouped into plants and animals. Plants and animals carry out 4 life processes. The life processes are growth, meaning all plants and animals can show increase in their body size. Reproduction. Plants and animals can make young ones. Nutrition. Plants and animals need food and water to stay alive. Movement. Plants and animals can move. On that note, we come to the end of today's lesson. For an assignment that is attached to this lesson, please sign on to www.virtualschool.com, and if you are on the website, look at the bottom and find the activity, do, and then mark yourself. On that note, we come to the end of today's lesson, classifying living things into plants and animals. I am John Akwesi Amponsah, your facilitator for today. Until we meet again next time, bye-bye.